Oh my God. As always, it's great to see you. And
Always see.
this is the beginning of our recording for our third episode.
Third episode. Woo woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going great. I mean, people are giving me a good feedback and trying the recipes and stuff. So
That's great. I mean, that's what it's all about.
yeah, and
Yeah. I just noticed the ring with the prints. I love it.
yeah.
That's real.
And
That's real.
that's real. And by the way, audience, Ali and I are huge Prince fans
Huge.
from way back in the day. And yeah, so just a side note. actually, funny story. I remember when you were about like maybe I want to say like 13, around there.
Yeah.
And you asked me what kind of music I liked, and I was like, oh, I like different music, like soul and rock and different things. I'm like, what do you like? And you're like, Prince. Like,
Yeah.
it was just funny because it was like we hadn't seen each other in a while, so I guess it was kind of like we were getting reacquainted in a way.
Catching up.
Like
now.
yeah. And I was like, I like Prince too. Like I was also Prince. Although I have to say, there's certain boyfriends that I've had in my life that were jealous of Prince. And so,
rightfully so.
Yeah, and so there's and then it's one of those things you get in a relationship, and it's like if they don't like something you're into, then you stop being into it. So I wasn't as into Prince at that time because of the person I was going out with.
Right.
So.
Wow, that's interesting because I remember when you always liked Prince, but you really got into him at a certain time.
Yeah,
probably after that person.
Yes, it was. And it was like I had a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
So I did like a deep dive.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into what we're gonna do today. So by the way, audience, I haven't made the recipe. This is a surprise. I told Ali to surprise me. So I will probably do it tomorrow or the next day and maybe add in but for now, take it away.
Well, okay, so I came up with tofu steaks and some broccoli. And that's only because recently I took a trip. It's a bit of a trek. And I love this store. It's called Wing Yip. And that is where
What's it called?
Wing Yip. Wing Yip. So like wing, like chicken wing, and Yip, Y-I-P. It's in Croydon or Croydon.
Okay. Is that like in Chinatown over there? Or
well, it's more like a Asian China store, like mega store.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's
like a big supermarket.
You can get like, bulk meats and stuff and sesame seed oil. And even though in this area they're selling it more now, it's one of those things, if you're into Asian cooking, like I got some kimchi, and nice. Sesame seed oil, some white pepper, just these little things, fish sauce, that when you're making stuff like that makes a difference. So I've got some extra firm tofu here.
Right. Okay.
Open, so I can't really tilt it.
Do you ever use the when you go to a supermarket, like an Asian supermarket, they usually have already cooked tofu that's like I don't know if it's deep fried or
definitely.
Yeah.
Especially like for like a hot pot or something like that.
Right. Okay.
So I'm just heating my pan and I've taken a piece out. I patted it down a bit just to get
Right.
rid
So
of
you
some of the
remove the
moisture.
water.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
people use a tofu press, but you know, I'm not that fancy. So now I'm just putting a bit of sesame seed oil, and I'm gonna
Nice.
put a little in the pan too. And so a little sesame seed oil, and then a bit of white pepper.
White pepper. That's
Yeah, white pepper. So it's you know, I just watched something on it, but it adds a different flavor, and you should ask Kid about it. I wonder what he'd say about it.
Yeah, I will.
It really, it's used a lot in Asian cuisine, and it you know, it's used in all cuisine, but it's also used for the color, but it does have a different flavor. You know, there's red pepper, there's black pepper.
And then you also just put, like, now you're doing soy sauce. What did you just put before the soy sauce?
That was actually a little more sesame seed oil.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just marinating it. Normally,
Yeah.
I would kind of do it for a little longer, but.
And are you gonna put rice wine vinegar on that, or?
I am.
Nice.
But I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna let it like fry up a bit first.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna try to get a bit of a crunch on it.
See, this is why you're like, you know, the expert.
No, I'm definitely not an expert, but
well, see, the thing is, I didn't even know to not add the rice wine vinegar yet. Like, I would probably just put it all together.
So it's on a pretty like medium low high heat because I want to get a bit of a crisp on it.
And you don't want it to stick, right?
No, but this is a non-stick pan.
Okay.
But in order for it not to stick, it's important to let it sit for at least 2 minutes to get that crust, you know? Yeah. Now again, we're working with the salt, the spice, the sweet, the savory. So we got the black pepper.
Funny? Last time you said the word umami.
Umami.
Or umami, yeah. And like, I didn't even know what you were saying. And then the weird thing is that I heard the same word like 2 more times that week.
Yeah.
And, like,
well, to be fair,
I
Jenny,
figured out what it was.
It's a recent old, you know, it's an addition to the culinary talking and taste, you know, sweet, sour, salt, spicy, umami. And umami is savory, you know, mushrooms and
right.
It's definitely savory. But it for me, you know, our age, it came. I'm like, what the fuck's umami?
Yeah, like it's not, but I like it because it's savory, but it's also not like
it's
mushrooms.
it's
like mushrooms are yeah, like it's not, you can't categorize mushrooms as sweet, sour, salty, you know, even savory. It's not really.
Yeah, it's like
a mushroom, right? It's smoky. It's like got all of these
smoky.
Yeah.
Umami. That definitely I think falls into the category because we get salt, we get sweet, we get sour,
bitter,
and then umami. All right, so now I've got them a little glazed. I've also added a bit of aromat, which I don't have MSG, but I'm not opposed to MSG.
What's in that? I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, it's basically an all-purpose seasoning powder, but it does have MSG in it. And you know, we can talk about MSG all day long, but it's one of those things. Anyway, so we got the sweet, the salt, and I'm going to Now deglaze it with a bit of honey, just for a bit of sweetness.
Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like
To go off.
this is why you're the expert.
It just brings it together, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely gonna try this because
Please do.
it's like you always come up with these ideas that like I never would even
Well, I get
thought of.
inspired, Jenny, because you know
Yeah.
I'm a little obsessed.
Yeah. But that's why but then that's why it's like you're inspiring me now as I'm seeing you do this.
Oh, good.
Yeah, like I
That's
just
what
wouldn't
it's all
think
about.
of
So I got this head of broccoli here, and I just washed it. I'm gonna chop it up a bit and just throw it in the pot, girl.
So are you just gonna like boil it or steam it, or how are you gonna cook that?
I do have a steamer, but I'm just gonna boil it, but not for long.
Yeah, not for long. You want it to stay a little crispy.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so I just flipped these again. Smelling good. I'm going to, so they've caramelized a lot.
Nice.
And add a bit of the rice vinegar. You'll see. Just a little. And the rest of the marinade. And then the shallots, because the tofu is quite, you know, soft but delicious. This will add a bit of a crunch.
Yeah.
To you know, give it a vibe, and I hope
I'm gonna get some of those shallots. Yeah, that's
yes, you should, Jenny. I mean, you can do them homemade, but you know, it's very convenient.
I mean, I could, but that's too much work. So
no, and this has lasted me. I mean, I've had this over a year, and it's tightly sealed, and they're just added to noodles on top of rice, on top of salad.
Like a pop of crunch.
Exactly.
A burst of flavor.
Freaking awesome. So one more thing I was going to add to the tofu. So this is my chili oil.
Oh, okay. You know how you say chili oil in Chinese, in Cantonese?
I don't.
La chuyao.
La chuyao. La chuyao.
Yeah.
I love it. Since you were talking about cornstarch, I'm just going to, I'm inspired, and I feel like it does need a sauce. So I'm reheating the tofu, and I'm gonna quickly just, and show you how easy and quick it is to make a sauce.
See, this is like spontaneous improvisation.
Exactly. Here's my cornstarch.
Nice.
So,
actually, I think we need to get more. I think we ran out.
All right. So, just a bit of water. And I would just say about a teaspoon. Gravy, Jenny, gravy.
Yeah, exactly. It's thickens it up and makes it nice and saucy.
Yeah, this will add to it. Girl,
and you can put that over the broccoli a little bit too, right?
All right, I'm gonna add a bit of chili oil to this.
Beautiful. And look at how fast that was. Like, you did that in no time. I want you to plate it with the kimchi and everything, and then, you know, bring it over here and show me.
Okay.
Let's see.
So.
Oh man, that looks so good.
So we got our
so we've got the kimchi.
Tofu.
Okay. The rice and the broccoli. I want to see the kimchi a little. I mean, the tofu a little bit closer.
Okay.
Can you actually hold it up? Like, oh yeah, okay. Now I see it. Like,
you see that?
Yeah. That looks good. Wow. Yeah, I see it like the glaze
Yeah.
and
We'll
the
give it a taste. I mean, so it got a nice little crust on it.
yeah.
Ooh, still steamy.
Wow, careful, don't burn yourself.
Mm. Mm. It's good.
Mm. And do you have a little extra sauce to put over it if you want?
I
Like
did. I
on the
did. You
rice?
can see it on the rice there.
Yes, lovely.
And you'll see in the fuck, that's good. Mm.
You're like, damn, I'm good.
No.
No, wrap it up here for today, and
Okay, Jenny.
maybe the next video will be our Korean collab with Suhong in the new year. So
That
look
sounds
out for
great.
that. All right.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you more.